Welcome back. Now, what I was leading on to is that GURPS makes a second distinction between the three different sort of core advantages. And those distinctions are, sort of physical, social, mental. Those distinctions being mundane, extraterrestrial, and supernatural. That is to say, mundane is in your average Joe Workman character human, extraterrestrial is in UFOs, flying saucers, abductions, cows sort of in orbit around the moon, and supernatural, so, like magic, ghosts, ghouls, occult, and things that go bump in the night. I would not mind the advantages. They'd be great if they... but what they have not done, for some reason they saw fit to actually intersperse the mundane advantages with the extraterrestrial and the supernatural advantages. What's the bloody point? So what I'm trying to bring across to you here is that there are 50 plus pages of advantages, 25% of which you actually need, right? And there's no clear-cut way to find them. It is complete bollocks. So unless you actually find the little trick that I've found in the back of the book. More on that in a moment or so. So then you go into disadvantages to make your character even more unique, and in most systems you'd be done. Because, things like guns and using them and all this stuff comes off your core stats. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, and your health trait, which in most systems would probably be called constitution. How fit and able you are. But no. You then get a section that is at least as big as the actual advantage section called skills. So it's all very well and good if you want to be a gunslinger, but you've taken your ambidexterity and your and your actual fast draw skill. Now you need to take the gun skill. What? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, in fairness, the amount of character customization you have is great. I just frigging hate the layout. Yes, it's all in its own beautiful little sections. It's all good. It's okay. So after you get that, you basically get a huge section which starts from here, basically, all to do with magic. Then you have a small section on psionics, which most games masters will probably sort of see the title and go, "Oh my god, shit! Take it away, rip it out of the book." I'll come to this on Dungeons and Dragons because trust me, there is a great reason. Then you come to character templates. The only reason this is in here is to give people, because this is the other problem with the GURPS system now, is that in a lot of systems you can go, "I want to be a fighter." That's great, no problem. You know that you're going to use a sword, blah yada yada yada, and it's like, I know I want to wear armor, I want a sword, and I want a shield. The background and the history and how you use your fighter will come later, and you'll develop that as you go along. In GURPS, because you need to pick skills and advantages and disadvantages, you need to have an idea of the character you're going to create before you've even started. That's the tough part. So you jump the system on somebody who doesn't know it, and they're going to be completely at a blank, especially if it's in a setting that they don't know. So these are basically just here to give people the necessary inspiration to make their own characters. Then you come to equipment, which in fair dues is actually pretty well drawn out. And after equipment, what do we have? We have character development. This is not a section you're going to touch on until you got through your first 1 or 2 sessions with your GM. Now, the reason I'm pissed off that this is here is because after you get this section, read the big funky text, trait lists, right? it expects a new somebody, right? We've been just look, yeah, right. We've just been through the entire part of this book. That's well over 200 pages to create one character, right? The minute you've come to that, traits and improvement section, you've stopped reading. You have stopped reading, okay? Only to find out that traits lists, which is 7 full page, each one of these sort of white and green coloured columns on this page. Each and every one of those is a separate advantage. This runs on for about 3 more A4 size pages, right? This entire list, and it gives you the page number the advantage is on, a very brief description, and whether or not it's mundane, exotic, or supernatural. It's even ordered them as mundane, exotic, and bloody supernatural. Now, it was my third going through of this book because of this, because of the character improvement and development, that I actually found this. I'm glad I have. It makes my job a lot easier. But that is a complete steaming load of not very nice stuff. So, yeah, I'm underwhelmed because there's nothing in the book to tell you this section actually even exists when you start reading it. I don't... maybe, I don't know, maybe in my haste to read I've missed it. Maybe... No, there is nothing in this book. It's not even in the contents page to actually say that that little section actually exists. Yeah. So, all in all, this is great. The book looks good. The layout in some places is suspect and in others is diabolical. And the fact that it didn't have a critical thing sort of emblazoned in gold and red fiery lightning and italics and in the contents just completely shoots this down. Having said that, and I will come to this, when I review the system later, that's one of the most in-depth character creation systems I've ever seen. Half the fun of creating characters is to create your own character. That's amazing. But the first campaign I ever run, I will be doing pre-generated characters for everybody in the group, because there's no way we're going to be sitting there for 2 or even possibly 3 sections while they hand this book around and try and find a character they want. It's not going to happen. So yes, that's been my rant. I apologise. I apologise that I had to get this off my chest. And if you're still listening at this point, thank you for listening. I really needed to punch this thing's lights out. Sorry, this probably... Yeah, I know this wasn't... This more than likely was not the most sort of... This was not the most brilliant review, simply because I'm filled with rage. I do honestly think that my points are valid. Anywho... okay, so anyway, from now on, no more rants, no more sort of quick-fire, sort of infuriated sort of jargons in front of the camera. I will be doing the settings. I'm not sure how frequently these videos are going to come, because it occurred to me the other day that with the rate I'm actually putting these out, in a few weeks' time, I'm not going to have much to review until I get the next book, and then it might be half a week before I can review that. So, I am interested in role-playing, so I'll try and sort of keep the books coming so I can do the reviews and the new settings the books bring to light and all this sort of stuff when I can. I'm probably going to branch off into something completely different, like a Battlestar Galactica or something later. I don't know. I'll just have to see when the time comes. Anyway, thanks very much for continuing to watch. I hope you sort of found some entertainment in my sort of ranting there. I hope it was actually halfway listenable. I don't know, I was ad-libbing the whole thing out of... In fact, I ad-lib anyway, but, rage and madness and stuff can really get in the way. Besides which, I'm going to sign off for the night after that impromptu review, and... So this has been me, Chromemagnus, absolutely off his head, or something, and I'll catch you chaps later with a setting review of Deadlands, the Weird West. Catch you then.